first step in becoming responsible digital creators, or in other words, creators working within the responsible bounds of netizenship, is understanding how creation offline intersects with creation online. It is a nuanced, complex relationship, as I have explored elsewhere. However, it is possible to navigate it. Here, I want to delve further into the processes we need to go through if we are to successfully navigate this relationship and ultimately engage in responsible digital creation. I want to offer a digital creation framework consisting of 3 overlapping components of differing importance. This framework is by no means exhaustive or definitive, by which I mean that my aim here is to suggest rather than prescribe a framework, which you can use to start thinking more expansively and critically about responsible online creation. My aim is to encourage us all to think about the stages involved in our individual creations in a more granular way, to think about how we draw on the work and ideas of others and how we hope for our work to feed into and impact the work and ideas of others. In other words, here I want to ensure we don't think of digital creation in a vacuum, but instead evaluate our individual actions and creations in relation to the broader online and offline communities, and that we do this at every stage of creating. But above all, before we start clicking on, typing, importing, exporting, downloading, and of course, uploading any content. To get us started on this journey, here are our 3 components to consider critically. Number 1, the power of creation online in general. Number 2, the material we might want to draw upon in our own creations. And number 3, the conditions under which we might release our content. Of these, our anchoring or main component is number 1, the power of creation online in general. When it comes to thinking about the power of our particular online creations, we need to think about how the other 2 components feed into the power of creation. In other words, the conditions we decide for the release of our content and our choice of what to draw upon will determine the impact of our creations. For now, I want to point out that none of these components reference technical or creative know-how, how to use any number of editing tools, how to pair visuals, text and sound, how to use colour online. This is important knowledge, but not our main focus here. Here, I want to give you the broader framework in which you should set your own development of technical and creative know-how. In other words, this broader overview must come before we get into the granular detail of using particular tools and developing our content craft. It is an overview, to underline this point again, which is essential for digital creation and, in turn, netizenship.